Hey, how are we guys?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. How did the set go?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good reception?
Yeah.
Super good, yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, not a lot of people know us, so, but the goal is there's always a few people there, sorry, but the goal is to draw them in,
Yeah.
to start playing,
Yeah.
play well, and they gathered. It was
They
great.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
They absolutely converted some people, surely. With your dark goodness. Yeah, like how does it feel playing a stage of that size? I mean, it was the Opus stage, right?
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy.
It was a little bit too big.
Do you think? Too much room?
Well,
That was like-
one of my cables wouldn't reach my amp. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it was that. We were having trouble with that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do you,
It's
It's
so
fun.
so much fun.
is it a little bit mind-blowing, though?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. I was like, whoa.
Totally a pinch me moment, maybe.
Yeah, super grateful. It was
Awesome.
Really fun. Yeah.
It's very well deserved.
Thank you.
Your guys' sound encapsulates the juxtaposed like heaviness and ethereal so naturally.
Thank you.
How do you go about constructing your sounds?
We're super depressed,
Yeah.
so our music comes from a place of angst,
Yes.
and angst can feel ethereal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You just sit
It sure
right
can.
into it. So,
Yeah.
Well,
no, that's it. We're
that's
depressed.
probably.
That's the answer. Next question.
No, it's like it's a really organic. It is organic between the two of us. Like, we just spend as much time as we can writing whatever we feel, and we try not to think about it too much. Like, overthinking is the enemy of creativity for us.
Yeah.
So we just do stuff that we feel. We put it all out there, and then whatever we listen back to later, and it like triggers a feeling. It has to be a feeling. It can't be like intellectual. Like, oh, this is so good for reasons A, B, and C.
Yeah.
It has to be like something we feel.
Yes.
Once we get that, then we can start working on it.
Yes.
And then we start editing it and start making it, like
Yeah.
turning it into something like packaged.
Yes.
I don't mean packaged like commercial, like packaged like
Darkness
putting the
and
clothes on
light
something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, but we have to feel something first, and then we can start.
Putting skin over the skeleton.
Yeah,
In a way.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I saw you guys support Crossers in Manchester.
Nice.
That was an incredible gig. How did that opportunity happen?
We've known. We toured with Deftones in 2022.
Yeah.
And hit it off with them, and
Yeah.
I started doing some visual work, like live visuals for Deftones, and we did a track which they're sort of just in our orbit. You know?
Yeah,
We have a lot
yeah.
of the same friends, and it just I think it made sense that those two bands, tour together.
Absolutely.
Crosses and Vowws, that looks cool as well.
It did, yeah, it really did. I felt that.
Yeah, we were really lucky to do that, so it was really awesome.
It sounded awesome as well.
Are you from Manchester?
I'm from Derby actually, but I've lived in Manchester for 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to visit there, so that was the first time.
Oh, ticked it off the
Yeah,
bucket
exactly.
I
list.
think we
Like,
even bought a shirt. Like,
yeah,
Manchester.
well, a Manchester shirt.
Yeah, when we're finally get to a place we've wanted to visit,
Yeah.
we'll buy the shirt, man.
Yeah.
It's like touristy, but what?
Amazing.
Buy that shit from a gas station. It doesn't care.
Even better.
Yeah.
No, I did the same and I visited New York in March. First time outside of Europe, and I was like, yeah, go on, have the New York shirt. Talking about your sound a little bit more, like generally now, you've coined the term death pop to describe your sound. What does that kind of mean to you both?
It's sort of like the pop side of it comes from like popular culture and like pop music. It's sort of structured a certain way. It's timeless, verses, choruses. Like it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But then the death side of it is sort of more about like emotion and angst and darkness. And sort of like the contrast between those two worlds.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
awesome,
No, it's
nailed
like
it.
we're making like pop music, like in a way, Well, that's how we see it.
Yeah.
And then what we put inside of that is we can paint as many different pictures and create as many different feelings as we can, but it's all like in the format of pop music, really.
Yeah.
That's why we call it that.
Like we're not trying to be obscure necessarily, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But we do want to sort of go deep in other ways,
I understand that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
sort of the expression, that side of it.
Yeah, that's what I like about your guys' music as well, and just how you present like live interviews. It's very organic. It doesn't feel like a tick box kind of exercise to fit within a genre or a scene.
Boring.
Yeah, you just do you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's people see that. Yeah. Can you talk to me about your collaborations in different industries? Obviously, you've been quite heavily involved in the fashion industry.
So we have a friend early on in our adventures in the United States. We met a director he actually lives here now, or in London, Jordan Hemingway, and he was doing a lot of big fashion stuff and producing fashion shows. And he just likes weird goth music, you know? So he got us into. We collaborated with Comme des Garçons, and played at I think it was Paris Men's Fashion Week.
Wow.
You know, and that's sort of because Comme des Garçons is so well known and so respected, especially in the sort of goth circles and avant-garde fashion. It opened up doors to sort of more of those opportunities, and that could possibly be because our music is, you know, we lean into cinematic things. And I think fashion designers trying to tell stories as well.
They're also selling a feeling.
And
so for us, like we try and make sure that our music has a feeling at the core of it. So that's part of it.
Yeah, there's absolutely parallels in both worlds, right?
Sure.
Sweet. Where you guys are from, are there any kind of music community spaces that you can think of that really helped enable you to feel supported in the early days?
Like in Sydney.
Yeah, we've always sort of been with the not underdogs, maybe the
we
underground sort of music, people that were sort of adventurous in their creativity. You know, and when you see people, you sort of recognize each other and you stick together. You know, and we've been lucky enough to later in our career to be recognized by big, you know, artists such as, you know, Deftones and Chino and Billy Howardell, who produced our record, and you know, those
I love
guys.
Billy Howardell. Anything he touches turns to gold. Like
he's also an amazing person.
Is he?
He's like one of the. For ages, I was like, this can't be real. He can't actually be this much of a good, a good person. But he is. Like it's kind of weird.
Angel.
that makes me very happy to hear.
Yeah,
A perfect circle of my favourite band. Apart from you guys, of course.
Of course.
Speaking of other bands as well, are there any upcoming artists you guys would like to shout out before we head off?
Shout out,
just artists, upcoming friends of you guys.
We don't have friends.
Posh. There's an LA band,
Posh.
a friend of ours called Chris Gibson, who we first met years and years ago, and his band is called Posh. He's just started it, and it's really, I don't know, fashion pop, I suppose, but in an ironic kind of way. He's really good at writing songs.
We've known this kid since he was 20 years old, and he's just prolific. And he jumps and changes between a lot of things, but I think this is the one that he's going to stick with, and he deserves, you know.
I feel like we're going to be missing some shit here, but we
are,
can't
man.
think. I'm
we're
sorry.
We're so overloaded, you know what I mean?
No,
so
it's
tired
totally
of
fine.
songs, who? Music. Bands,
No, it's fine. It's quite a putting on the spot question.
There is a UK act that I think I heard a few years ago, and I don't know what they're doing now, but they're called the Overhead Bins. And
rings a bell.
when I went onto their Spotify, it didn't seem like they were doing too much. I'm not sure, but it was really cool. I can't even describe it. It was just really well composed. Electronic music, I suppose.
Awesome.
It'd be worth a listen.
Amazing. Well, that's it from us. Before we head out, if you want to just let us know what Vowws has got next in the works.
We are working on new music. We've got about 50 new song ideas. We are playing August 10 with Smashing Pumpkins, Skunk and Nancy, White Lies
That's
at
huge.
Gunnersbury Park in London. We're really excited about that. We've got about a third of this tour left, playing Hellfest, Resurrection Fest. We're playing with Jerry Cantrell. I know there's lots of stuff. We're going to get some sleep in the next couple of days, so it's good.
Amazing.
We've got eating and sleeping coming up.
Sweet. I bet you're stoked for
Oh my
that.
God,
Amazing. Well, that's it from us. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Lovely meeting you, babe.